good afternoon, children. Felix, are you better? Oh man, were you sick? Oh, I'm so glad that you're much better, Felix. I really missed you. I missed our singing. I missed our children's story time. And you know, children, I think it was at least 5 weeks that we didn't hear from you. Oh, I just thought something terrible had happened to you. Were you that sick? Wow. And how did you get better? Did you ask Jesus to help you? Oh, I'm so glad, you know, that children, that Felix, you went to Jesus and you asked him to help you. And you know, he is known to be the balm of Gilead. He is the only one that can really make us better. And I'm so glad that he's better, children. I was praying for you, Felix. I was looking so forward to being with you again. Children, did you miss Felix? I hope so. Well, as normal, I think we need to tell the children, don't forget that the way that we used to do the things is we used to get our Bibles and we used to get it ready. And today, Felix, we are going to go to Psalm 139. And I'll tell you about this verse just now. But what is important is we're going to sing first. And so, children, welcome to the children's story time. And sing along with us. And the first one I want to sing is this little light of mine. Okay, children, are you ready? Let's sing it together. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around the neighborhood, I'm going to let it shine. All around the neighborhood, I'm going to let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Won't let Satan blow it out. I'm going to let it shine. Won't let Satan blow it out. I'm going to let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Wow, that's such a lovely song, and I'm going to let this little light of mine shine, and I'm so glad that we can let our light shine today again for you children. I think I want to sing that one, give me oil in my lamp, keep me burning. You know, children, how important it is to have oil in your lamp. It's like having batteries in your torch. If you don't have any batteries, the light won't go on, and we need oil in our lamp. So let's sing that one together. Give me oil in my lamp, keep me burning. Give me oil in my lamp, I pray. Give me oil in my lamp, keep me burning. Keep me burning till the break of day. Sing, Hosanna, sing, Hosanna, sing, Hosanna to the King of Kings. Sing, Hosanna, sing, Hosanna, sing, Hosanna to the King of Kings. Well, Felix, I think we need to sing our theme song. Do you remember it? No, it's not that one, silly. It's that one. Be careful, little eyes, what you see. Do you remember it now? Oh, you've such a funny thing. Well, children, let's sing that song, our theme song together. Be careful, little eyes, what you see. Be careful, little eyes, what you see. For the Father up above is looking down in love. So be careful, little eyes, what you see. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. For the Father up above is looking down in love. So be careful, little ears, what you hear. Be careful, little heart, whom you trust. Be careful, little heart, whom you trust. For the Father up above is looking down in love. So be careful, little heart, whom you trust. Be careful, little mind, what you think. Be careful, little mind, what you think. For the Father up above is looking down in love. So be careful, little mind, what you think. So be careful, little mind, what you think. Well, that's such a lovely song. And you know, when I just think of that last part where he said, be careful, little mind, what you think. The story I'm going to tell you today is all about a little boy who wasn't very careful about what he thought. And so, children, are you ready for the story time? But before we do that, let's go to Psalm 139. And what we are going to read there is verse 14. Okay, just from verse 14, children. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. Yeah, isn't that interesting, Felix? I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. You know, Felix, what I've learned, that people are unique. It's like not one person is the same. Did you know that? Did you know that? You did know that? You mean you know that there's no other monkey just like you? Yes, you know, you are special, Felix. Well, children, the little boy that I want to tell you about, his name was Andy. And he was about 6 or 7 years old. And he really liked biscuits, Felix. Do you like biscuits? Yes, I know sometimes you just can't stop eating them. Well, the same with this little boy, Andy. He just loved biscuits. And his mother had made a whole lot of biscuits, and she had put it into a tin and put it up on the cupboard. And she said to him, Andy, you can't eat biscuits unless you've eaten your food. And he used to say, yes, Mommy, I understand. I won't eat my biscuits until I've eaten my food. And he would always eat his food. And then he would get some biscuits and he would be so excited. But you know, one day he came home from school. And when he came home from school, he noticed that his mommy and his daddy weren't around. And he really felt for some biscuits. And he thought to himself, nobody would know because they're not around. And he went to the biscuit tin. And he opened the lid and he looked around. There was nobody. And then he took a whole lot of biscuits, closed the tin, and then he went to his room and he ate the biscuits. Anyway, that night after dinner, the mother looked at Andy and said, would you like a biscuit? He said, yes, Mommy. And she said to him, well, did you have any biscuits today? And he said, no, Mommy, I didn't have any biscuits. And meantime, we know that he was telling a fib. Anyway, so the mother said, oh, that's so good. And she gave him some biscuits. But when she looked into the tin, she noticed that a lot of the biscuits were gone. And she was wondering, now, who could have taken the biscuits? And so she looked at Andy and she said, Andy, did you take any biscuits today? And he said, no, Mommy, I didn't take any biscuits, Mommy. And Mommy was thinking and Daddy was thinking and they were wondering who took the biscuits. So the daddy thought, oh, I got a good idea. And so what he did is he took some carbon paper and he took each person's hand and he pushed their fingerprints onto a piece of paper, and there the fingerprints were. And the little Andy was wondering, Daddy, what are you doing? And Daddy says, well, we need to find out who's been eating our biscuits. And so he went and he took a little brush and he brushed all over the tin with a special kind of powder. And as he brushed over the tin, he could see fingerprints. Oh, and by this time Andy started to get worried, but he still didn't know what was going on. But anyway, his daddy took a piece of it's almost like sellotape and he put it over the fingerprint and then he pulled it up and then he went to the each person's fingerprint, Mommy's fingerprint, Daddy's fingerprint, and Andy's fingerprint, and he started to put the fingerprints down. And guess what, Felix? Andy's fingerprints were all over the tin. And the father and the mother looked at him and said to him, Andy, why did you lie to us? Didn't you know that we'd be able to find out who you were? And Andy was thinking, how did they know? And then his father told him, the way that we know is that each person has got a unique fingerprint. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. Nobody is the same. And because you are so unique, Andy, we could see who it was that had opened the tin. And we see that you did that. You see, Felix, sometimes we don't realize it, but our uniqueness can give us away. And this is sometimes how that the police find out who did things, because we are so unique. Well, children, will you remember that? It's not worth lying. You know, God looks at us and He knows each one of us very well. So will you remember that, Felix? Felix, you know, you just think up things all the time. Felix said that he would wear gloves if he takes the biscuits. But you know, Felix, God can still see you, even though you took gloves. Well, children, have a lovely day. Looking forward to seeing you again on Thursday. Okay, Felix, time to say goodbye. Well, before we do, children, did you see it's raining and now the sun's come out? Wow, it's really strange weather. Oh, listen to the birds. Listen to that, the Cape Robin. He's asking for food, children. Well, anyway, let's say goodbye. Bye-bye, children. See you again on Thursday. Bye.